let's talk about how to get your product or invention past idea stage and into retail stores. There are a few ways to get your products into stores if you are in an idea phase. You kind of have to choose what you want to do. Option number one is you decide to rent your idea to a manufacturer, someone who will make the product for you, create the product, and will sell it, and then you get, say, a few percentage points of every unit sold. So you don't get to keep the company. It's not your company. It's not your brand. It's not anything. Someone else is going to develop that product for you. And every time they sell a unit, you get a certain percentage. Usually, a very, very small percentage, 1 to 5%, I would say, typically for a product that you license. And that's called licensing. So the reason you want to license your product is maybe you don't have any money to build out a business or a brand, or you're not a manufacturer, or you don't have the time to start a business or whatever. And so licensing or renting your idea to a company can be a great option. The problem with licensing is that manufacturers might not pick up your product for various reasons. And if you get a licensing deal, then that you need a lawyer, you need to set stuff up appropriately, you need to make sure that they are doing things reliably, and you have no control a lot of the times what they do with the product. They decide to change it or tweak it in some way. Inventors who really love their ideas start freaking out over the fact that they literally created a worse product than they had imagined. And so you definitely want stipulations in there on the quality and all sorts of things. So the bottom line is it can be tricky when you rent your idea to a third party, but that is one way to get the word out about your product, and it's licensing it, basically renting the idea to a third party who can handle that. Another way to do it is to build out your brand. And that actually means you selling your products to retailers yourself. And what that means is that you're going to have to start a company and take it seriously. And you can actually go and, create your logo, find a manufacturer, invest some money, or get some friends or people to help you invest. Get some prototypes done, get some samples and so forth, and then approach retailers yourself and or hire somebody to help you with that. That does require a little bit more effort, and some of you, your personality would be that you would never rent your idea and that you actually want to start a company, and that sounds perfect for you. The good news is that if you are an inventor and you've decided to develop your product and do the work yourself, I have a training system that explains exactly how to do that. I work with a lot of inventors. So you are never stuck or alone. Someone can actually explain to you how to package your product, how to price your product, how to actually talk to a buyer if you don't know how, all sorts of things. So there are resources out there available to you today if you want to develop your product and bring it to life. There's no wrong way to get your products into stores, whether or not it's licensing or building out your product and getting it in your way. The trick here, though, is that you have to take action. For many years, I've been teaching tens of thousands of product companies across the globe on how to make money with their physical product. And for the last 10 years, I've been teaching this stuff. And for the first 5 years, I only worked with inventors and so forth. The hard part with inventors is that a lot of them don't take action. They have the ideas, they come up with brilliant stuff, but they actually moving forward is very complicated for them. They need accountability or something's going where they don't take the action to get their products out into the world. And it's very, very common in the inventor space, which is why there's all these inventor help companies out in the world who are willing to take your money to go and try and pitch your product, on their behalf and so forth, which doesn't always get you anywhere. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just another way to go. But generally speaking, accountability and taking action is the number one thing I see why people and inventors, product companies are not getting past idea stage and into retail stores. So if you're going to come up with this idea, stick to it. Don't quit. If you decide to start with licensing and you got rejected by everyone all across the board and you learned how to do it, or you got someone to help you, don't quit. Just keep going until somebody says yes to you, or switch it over to starting the company, building it out yourself until that product gets out into the world. by the way, you can develop the product, start a company, build it out, and eventually you can actually license that product to companies after. So there's no one way to do it. You don't have to just be an idea phase to get your product licensed. You can actually sell the product, get it out to retailers, and then license it afterwards. People do that. You actually make way more money as a person who licenses products if you actually show proof of concept and are out in the world marketing your product and so forth. They actually give you more money for the licensing deal if you do it that way. So there's no wrong way to do it, but the trick is you don't quit. You keep trying different things until you get the job done. And that's the one thing that I had a lot of struggle with a lot of inventors I worked with so many years, and I love them so much, but they really weren't taking action. They came up with ideas, but they didn't do anything about it. Don't be one of those guys. And so if you're willing to learn how to do either of these things, we have training systems for all options, for licensing and or for selling your products to retailers. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to retailmba.com. And again, we have training systems on how to license and or how to sell to big companies and so forth, and retailers and such. So all of that is listed at retailmba.com if you're actually ready to go and take action. Otherwise, good luck with your product and invention, and I hope that you at least don't quit and don't let anybody's rejection keep you away from making money with your idea. Somebody brought that idea to life. A lot of people have done that, and they've made many, many millions of dollars, and you deserve the same. So just don't quit. Again, this is Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. I hope that provided value for you. If you want to learn exact strategies on how to approach, pitch, and sell to retailers yourself, take a look at retailmba.com. Otherwise, subscribe to this channel. Keep in touch with us. Would love to hear from you and or be on the lookout for the next training that we create. Again, Karen Waksman, Retail MBA, and hope this helped. Thank you.